Mark your calendars for our annual Thanksgiving Hour of Thanks, Thanksgiving Day, Thursday, November 27th, 2025, from 10 to 11 a.m. right here at the Streams Church. Pastor Mark Brown and the New Wineskin Church family will once again join with us for this awesome hour of praise. Bring your family and start your Thanksgiving Day off right as we gather together to give God thanks and praise. Looking for quality childcare in a loving, Christian environment? Come grow with us at Cuddle Kids Childcare, where learning, faith, and fun come together every day. Right now, we're offering a $99 first week special for all new families, the perfect time to join our Cuddle Kids family. And in response to the current government subsidy shutdown, we've introduced sliding scale tuition rates to help families continue receiving the care and education their children deserve. This special offer applies to all Cuddle Kids locations, including our newest site at the Streams Church in Indianapolis. Spaces are limited, so call us today or visit cuddlekids.org to learn more. Cuddle Kids Childcare, where every child is loved, every family is valued, and every day is a blessing. This Sunday at the Streams Church, we continue our powerful series, My Story, His Glory, with Week 4, Write It So They'll Know. In this message, Pastor Hill reminds us that God doesn't just want our story told, He wants it written. Because when we write what He's done, faith becomes a legacy for the next generation. From Habakkuk 2 verses 2 to 3 and Psalm 78 verse 4, we'll learn that the stories of God's goodness aren't meant to fade with time, they're meant to inspire the future. So bring your journals, your testimonies, and your expectant hearts. As we declare together, the next generation needs our story to build their faith. Write it down. Pass it on. Make sure they know it's His glory through your story. How are you progressing with writing your one-page testimonial story to be included in our upcoming digital ebook, My Story, His Glory? All submissions are due November 16th. Pastor Hill has prepared a special story writing form to help you get started, complete with step-by-step guidance for your opening, body, and closing, plus real examples to inspire you. You can download the form and your weekly devotionals at thestreams.org/word. Let's finish strong, Streams family. Your story could be the one that strengthens someone else's faith and gives God glory for generations to come. Thank you, Streams family, for being faithful partners in ministry, sowing into good soil with a strong kingdom vision. Stay informed and connected all week long with our digital bulletin app, your one-stop hub for events, updates, and opportunities to serve.
In your cup, oh, the best part of waking up. Put a little Jesus in your cup. He'll make your day complete. Bring light to your whole week. So wake up, get up, look up. La 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 la. Wake up with the word with Pastor A. Thomas Hill. Wake up with the word. Wake up with the word.
putting together as you're coming on board. Come on and get a seat. Come on and get a seat. Uh, you should be able to hear me now. Those that are on YouTube and Facebook, come on in and get a seat. Where my story, His glory, is continuing. And I want up front just to remind you that November 16th is the deadline for you to submit your one-page testimony for our digital Memorial Stone ebook. We want your testimony to be included in that. And I'm making it easier for you. All you need to do is to go online to thestreams.org. You see it there at the bottom, thestreams.org/word. And we have added another button there for you to push that you can actually have a layout. It's a layout for you to enter the theme, your Memorial Stone theme, your name. It also has a space for you for your opening of your testimony with an example of what an opening should sound and look like, and then the body of your testimony with an example, and then what your closing should look like in your testimony. So we give you all these tools to help you get ready to present your one-page testimony for our digital ebook. And we'd love for you to have a part of that awesome Memorial Stone book that will, for generations, long after we're gone, is still going to exist. That your children, when your children, my God, ask, what do these stones mean? You'll be able to tell them, even when you're no longer here. And God's going to get the glory from that. I'm going to do this as you're coming in and getting a seat, getting settled for the word this week. I want to show you some updates on our link there. You should have kind of browsed it when you came on this morning. But if you hold tight, I'm going to show you on the screen what I'm talking about. It's important that you understand. You should be able to see that on the screen. That this is the link, thestreams.org/word. This is what you see when you pull it up. If you scroll down, again, you see the options to download the free devotional here for each Monday morning. There's a fresh new devotional. You're going to see to the right the theme for this week. Write it so they'll know. Write it so they'll know. You, of course, connected to the podcast, the digital bulletin. Encourage you certainly to connect with the life group, but specifically, I want you to be able to download the free devotional. To the right, also, how to prepare your story for His glory. If you click on that, it's going to give you a lot more details of how to prepare your story. Just some brain stormers to help you to get your story started. Sometimes we need a jump start. And something new that I've added right below it, start writing here. So if you click on this button and it says how to write your one-page testimony story, talks about the theme, or my story, His glory. The first thing is your Memorial Stone word, that one word that's going to define your testimony. I told you what mine was. It was doors. And it's speaking of the doors that God has opened, doors that God has allowed to close, and doors that He opened again. So that one Memorial Stone word, and you're going to type it right in here. You click right in that box, you can type, and then you can go right to the next one. Put your name in here. I'll put my name, Thomas Hill, as soon as I learn how to spell it. And then you can go to the next page. Here's your opening, setting the scene, 1 to 2 paragraphs. to introduce who you are, what season or situation your story is about. Different tips here. Begin with a simple snapshot. Before this happened, I was, uh, identify the challenge, the turning point, the need that set the stage for God to move. Keep it conversational. Here's an example. 2 years ago, I was struggling to keep my faith after losing my job, just to give you a feel of how that would. Click in that box and just begin to start writing your opening. Go to page 2, which is the body of your testimony. Tell what God did. Describe how God showed up and change your story. Here's some prompts and some examples to help you with that. Click in the box and begin to write the body of your testimony. And then lastly, the closing of your testimony. Again, this is only one page, single spaced. Purpose, end with reflection and encouragement, right? This is how you're going to end with summarizing the lessons that you learned from it, maybe how your faith has grown in what God did. An example sentence here. Now I understand that what felt like delay was divine preparation. My story reminds me that God never wastes our waiting. If he did it for me, he can do it for you. Click in that box, type in your closing, and you're done. You have now completed your one-page testimony. And let me say this, when you open this, download it, go and download it to your computer, your tablet, or whatever you're on. Save it, because every time you bring this back up again, it's not going to have your information. You've got to save it to your computer or your whatever your instrument that you're using, so that you can continue to add to this. And then it's going to allow you, once you do that, to go in and make changes. Maybe you decided I want to make some changes to my opening or whatever else. But we have that tool ready for you. And I'm just want to encourage you to use it as you are putting together your one-page testimony. Again, November 16th is the deadline to submit that. You will see on how to prepare your story for his glory. I'm taking this time today because I want to make sure that everyone is clear, and you can always go back and listen to this again, these instructions again. At the bottom, it says, upload my story. All right. So after you saved your one-page document, then here's the form. You put your first, last name, email, phone, the name of your stone, and you'll upload your one-page testimony, that thing we just finished. You clicked here, and then all you could simply do it is find wherever that document is on your computer and upload it to us. Upload a photo of yourself and your memorial stone here, another one. And then lastly, if you're interested in turning your testimony into a song, again, I've already shared with you of how God has blessed me with Song Card Studios. We were creating songs, custom songs for birthdays, anniversaries, and special occasions. I call this a special occasion. And this is optional. This is optional, but if you like it, at half price, we can create a song from your testimony that will be added to your page in the digital book. A QR code will be on that page. They click it, they'll be able to listen. We will literally take your testimony and create a custom song, your own personal song. And then once you do that, then submit, and we've got it. By November 16th, we've got it. So again, I did it real fast here, but I just want to help you to understand where we're at with things, so that you can get on board and get your one-page testimonial story in by November the 16th. All right. Well, God bless you. Again, we're excited about this next stint in our Wake Up Word focus. Write it so they'll know. Write it so they'll know. We're taking the passage from Habakkuk, and let's just dive right in. Dive right in with it. Here we go. Here we go. All right. Today, write it before it fades. Our theme is write it so they'll know. Here's Monday's theme is write it before it fades. Habakkuk 2:2, which reads, Then the Lord answered me and said, Write the vision and make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. Write the vision, make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. This word that was given to Habakkuk, the prophet of Judah at the time, Habakkuk was disturbed because of the present situation that was going on in the nation. Trouble everywhere, on the outside and the inside, one problem after another. And Habakkuk just calls it plain evil. And he was questioning God, how long would he allow this evil to last? Number one, why would he allow such evil, to remain during this period of time? And as he laid his petition before God, it says that Habakkuk went up into the watchtower, into his tower, and waited for a response from God. It's kind of like us putting a petition before the Lord, going in our prayer closet and waiting to hear what the Lord is going to tell us to do. Now, this is before the Babylonians had come in and had invaded and taken over Judah. And so God was warning, in a sense, and he warns the prophet, it's coming, it's impending, and Habakkuk's not understanding fully, why would you allow this to happen? But we know this, God has a purpose in all that he allows. Amen. We shared yesterday, God throws in that Romans 8:28 in the midst of different seasons in our life that we don't understand. And we know that all things are working together for the good of those who love the Lord and called according to his purpose. I don't understand it, but God does. And by, as the old folks used to sing, we'll understand it better by and by. It's going to make sense later. But while we're going through now, we've got to trust God. And so the Lord responds to Habakkuk, and he tells him to do something. Write the vision, make it plain on tablets, that he may run who reads it. The Lord now is about to download to Habakkuk things that are going to happen. It's got to happen, Habakkuk. We talked about the spiritual timeouts that God often has to send us to, or really his spiritual whippings, because the people of Judah were disobedient in so many ways, and every now and then God has to chasten us, his people, to get us back in line. Yeah, and it's good for us. Mama said, you know what, if this is going to hurt me more than it's going to hurt you, and we still couldn't figure that out because we were the one getting the stings and the pain. But after you matured and grew up, you realized Mama was right. It was right, and it was hurting her to have to whip us. Come on, my mama had an arsenal of things to get us back in line. But when it was all said and done, when we look back over the years of what we had to endure, come on, it was worth it. And so it is with God. And so it was with Judah. And the Lord would tell Habakkuk things and warnings of things that are going to happen. But he also shared with him what's going to happen after time out. Yeah. After I have successfully punished my people and got their head back on straight, this is what I'm going to do. The Babylonians are going to come in and wreak havoc. Yeah, a lot of people are going to be hurting, wounded. The city's going to be destroyed. But after it's all said and done, when God says enough is enough, he begins to tell him what he's going to do with the Babylonians. In other words, the enemy is not going to get away with what God allows. God allowed it, and he only allowed it for a space of time. Isn't it good news to know that he won't put any more on us than we can bear? So even when he is correcting us, when he's chastening us, he knows the limits that we can handle. And even whomever he chooses to chasten us, whatever enemy he allows to come in to chasten us, guess what? He's already made plans for the punishment on the enemy that he's allowed to punish us. And so he's telling Habakkuk, write this down. Write this down. I've got a vision for you. Just like he told Jeremiah, I know the plans I have for you, not to harm, not to hurt, but to give you a hope and to give you a future. Yes, you're going to experience some hurt. Yes, it's not going to feel good for a period of time. But in the end, you win. We win. You're going to come out on the winning side. So write this vision, write the story, Habakkuk. But don't just write it, make it plain on tables so that anyone who reads it will understand it, will take it and run with it. One translation said, so that a herald can run with it. Someone that's going to proclaim the news, the message of what God has spoken. And I want to say this to you, that your story is so dear and important with God. The story, the good and the bad and the ugly, the ins and the outs and the ups and the downs, is a prize in the eyes of God. He's got a wonderful plan in store for you when you carry out his plan. And he's telling us, write the vision, write your story, make it plain, because there's going to be people long after you're gone reading your story. My. And it's going to be so clear to them because it's going to be relative to things that they're going through, that they can run with it and tell somebody else and somebody else and somebody else. Yeah. God knew the vision given to Habakkuk wouldn't last if it wasn't written. That's it. He could have just said, go and tell the people thus and so, Habakkuk. No, he says, no, write this down, because you're not going to be around here all the time. Your time is limited, but my word is eternal. And if you don't write it, they'll miss it because it will be lost. It was never written down. Your story, the story of your life and the things that God has done, delivered you from, healed you from, can never be told by anybody else but you. And that's why you got to do more than tell it while you have breath to breathe. You got to write it, record it, write it down. That's the beauty of journals. Our memories fade, but written words endure. We know that's truth because we have a chronicle of stories in the Bible of awesome characters that we can't wait to meet in heaven, who had they not recorded, their stories had not been recorded, we would never know who they were. We would never know what they had gone through, and we would never have known what God did in their situation. And so it is with you and I. Write the vision, write your story, make it plain so anybody that reads it understands. In other words, don't get too deep. Just keep it on the level so everybody can understand. When you write down what God has done, you're literally preserving revelation for those who are going to need it later. The letters of the Apostle Paul, we're still reading those letters. Had he not taken the time, even in prisons and dungeons, if he hadn't taken the time to write these letters down and pass them on, we would have nothing to read, to be encouraged by. But because he recorded it, because he wrote it down, we are blessed to this day. And I want to encourage you, take the time. I know you got a busy schedule, but take the time to stop and begin to record and write your story down. Right? Just that one testimony. That's what we're talking about. You can't record your whole life. You don't have enough ink or paper right now. But one significant thread of testimony of things that God has done, write it down. And your journal becomes a record of faith. It's a living testimony so that generations to come can read it and run with it and share it, be encouraged and lifted up. After years of leading the Israelites, Moses wrote down their journey so that future generations would remember the miracles and the mistakes. Did you hear that? He wrote it down so the future generations not just get excited about the miracles of what God did, but also clearly understands the mistakes that they made, that their children and children's children would not have to replicate because they can learn from their foremothers and fathers who's already gone through it. The written record became a literal roadmap of faith for those. And God would encourage them in this journey, in that wilderness journey. Write it down, record it, pass it down to your children. If God was faithful enough to do it, he's worthy enough to have it written. And that should be your thought today. God, you were faithful to open that door for me. You were faithful to heal me of that illness, that disease. You were faithful to deliver me from that addiction. Then you're worthy enough for me to write it down, to pass it down, so that generations to come can read, celebrate, and declare the goodness of God. And our story prompt, it's in our journal. It says, what miracle moment or message has God given you that needs to be written before it fades from memory? Great prompt as you're putting together your testimonial story. What miracle, what moment, what message has God given you that needs to be written before it fades from memory? If you forget about it, it's forgotten. But if you write it down, you can always be refreshed. I want to encourage you to get busy putting that testimony together. I've given you the tools. I've given you what you need to get started so that your testimony, your story can be a part of our Memorial Stone digital ebook that for generations to come, as the Lord would tarry, that they can read it, run with it. In Jesus' name, Father, we give you praise. Bring back to our remembrance those things that you have done for us. You're still doing because you're still writing our book. We give you praise. My story for your glory. God bless you as we stand by for our daily prayer line and encourage you, those of you to, if you're on YouTube or Facebook, to dial into our daily audio prayer line, 425-585-7215. In just a moment, it's going to kick right in. Bring your prayer requests, your praise reports, or just simply listen and absorb. But let it be a blessing to you. Start your journal. November 16th is the deadline for you to complete and submit it so that it can be included into our testimonial memorial ebook. God bless you. The best part of waking up, put some Jesus in your cup. God bless.
Oh, yeah. Put a little Jesus in your cup. Oh, the best part of waking up. Put a little Jesus in your cup. He'll make your day complete. Bring light to your whole week. So wake up. Wake up. Get up. Wake up. Look up. Look up. La 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 la. Wake up with the word with Pastor A. Thomas Hill.